Hey everyone, this is Kevin with Wearability Project. At it with another video. Here I have the Seiko SKX013. This is a very popular and well-known watch, the SKX. However, this is the smaller 013 version that measures at around 38 millimeters across. This is a really loved diver. It's their mid-size diver. One of the reasons why it's enjoyed by a lot of fans is just for those people that have smaller wrists. It's a little smaller, but it's not too small. It has a nice 20 millimeter lug width that a lot of these others, the SKX007 does not have. So it's another reason why a lot of people enjoy this mid-size diver. I've had it in my collection for a little while now, and it's been fun to wear it and use it. However, one thing worth mentioning is, as you can see, it has, I'm rotating the bezel right here, but this bezel is incredibly stiff. I've had a few SKXs over the years, and specifically the 013. The rubber that they put inside of here makes this bezel so difficult to turn. So I went ahead and just popped this off and took out the rubber O-ring, which doesn't affect its water resistance at all. And now it's great. The bezel rotation. Not the best out there, but for its price range, it's fine. So yeah, this is a nice little guy. It wears well on the wrist. I'll just try to pop it on my wrist just so you can see. And sad enough, Seiko has discontinued this watch. There's plenty of watches to pick from Seiko's lineup, but there isn't a lot of watches that are in this mid-tier category like this SKX013. So it's a real shame that they don't have this watch anymore. So if you can get your hands on it, now would be a good time, because these are just only going to become more scarce, and with scarcity, the prices drive up. So these already have been selling for a little bit more money than they once were. I was lucky enough to snag it at a decent price, but even the price that I got it for was more than what these have sold for in the past. So it's on the classic Jubilee from Seiko. It is a very much a jingy jangly Jubilee. There's a lot of flex in it, but it is very comfortable to wear. It's easy enough to change out the links, even though it's not a screwed link. These pop out pretty easy. But it's a great little watch. It's 200 meters that you can actually trust, since it's diver certified, of water resistance. Has a nice little look. Now, a little difference between the SKX007 and the 013 is this lug to lug here is actually longer on the 013, and I like that. This is longer than on the 007. So the 007, these come in a little bit more. So I think to make the watch feel a little bit more proportionate, they elongated the 003s too. I think this is a 44 millimeter lug to lug. So that way it just helped it out, because if it was like the 007, which measures in at 42 millimeters from side to side here, then these would come down probably like at least a millimeter or two. So I think that helps with the wearability and the look of the watch. My only criticism is, even though it's not a thick watch, I think it's around 13 millimeters, 13.5 millimeters thick, it does wear a little, I don't know what the right word is, maybe squat on the wrist. And part of that is just because it's smaller and it doesn't have a huge lug distance there. So because of that, it just kind of, I don't know, it looks a little squat on the wrist. But overall, really nice diver and worth having. Interesting enough, I have kind of two extremes. On my other wrist, I have a Seiko Turtle on that I'm really enjoying wearing. But it's a great watch. Definitely pick it up. Unfortunately, the new Seiko 5s don't have the screw down crown and the water resistance that this watch has. So that's kind of a bummer with the new Seiko lineup. I don't know if there's anything more that I can say that hasn't been said. It doesn't have the best movement, but it's a reliable movement. It just doesn't hack and hand whine, which is unfortunate, but everything else works well. Date changing's easy enough. Day changing's easy enough. And it's a great little watch. So I would say that if you have a smaller wrist or just enjoy smaller sized watches, especially if you're under 6 3/4 or 6.5, which I have 6.5 inch wrist, I definitely think that this could be a great watch for you. Just because it's gonna look the way a watch should on your wrist, nice proportions, and it's still a cool little diver. So yeah, thanks for watching. And if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button, as I've said before, and subscribe. I will be moving soon. I've talked about that a couple times, and hopefully coming out with some more videos. Definitely need to talk about that turtle I have. I also have a Speedmaster that I'm going to do a review on down the road, and should be good. All right, well, take care.